Hi content teachers, this is a video for us on ways that we can help create that foundation for collaboration. Teachers are always trying to inspire people to better, to learn, to grow. That's what we do, and we're proud of the success we've had here doing that. And it's something we'll certainly continue to do. I think a lot of us feel this way in our classroom, and it's hard to let somebody in because then we have to include them in this process, and we have a way that we like to do things. So let's talk about that. Our interventionist teachers, whether it's EL, whether it's SPED, a reading intervention, or anyone else who's coming into our world, they are not paraprofessionals or teaching assistants. They are not solely responsible for their kids. We have a stake in them too. They're not incapable of learning our content, no matter how rich, how deep, and how complex it is, and they're definitely not a subordinate teacher. What they are equal professionals. They are a resource for us to learn and to grow from ourselves in our own profession because they have the expertise in their field. They might be teaching us more about academic language. They might be teaching us more about how to fully comply with that IEP. They're definitely a partner. And we need to make use of that because if we don't, we are selling ourselves short, we are selling them short, and ultimately we will be hurting our students and their success. So there are a few different types of co-teachers. One is one who has no presence in the classroom and they do not come to planning meetings prepared. This is one that is very difficult to co-teach with, and later in our presentation, we'll help you overcome some of these roadblocks if this is someone who you are co-teaching with. A second type has a great presence in the room. They're a great co-teacher when you are actually in front of kids live. However, they do not come to planning meetings prepared. So it feels sometimes as though in the classroom, they're just winging it. You might have someone with no presence in the classroom, but they're very helpful in planning meetings. And this can also be challenging if you really have the goal of making them that equal partner. And lastly, you have a great presence in the classroom. They come and they contribute and they collaborate during planning time. And number 4 is the ultimate goal. But let's look inward for a second. Which one of these are you? So how do we welcome those co-teachers so that we can get to be number 4, who we all want to be? How do we welcome them into our physical space? Do we have a desk or an area for them to use? And maybe they don't want one, but do we offer one so that they have a place to call their own in quote unquote our classroom? Is their name on the door? Maybe they're only with you for one period if you're in the secondary world, or one section of your class if you're in the elementary world, but that's okay that they're on your door too. Do they have their name on all papers? Do they have their name on our grading system and our schedule? And are they at a table with you for conferences and open house so that they can introduce themselves to parents alongside you? And if the answer is no for these, how do we make that happen? More importantly, how do we welcome them into our curriculum? Do we give them full access so they actually have editing rights? If we give them view only, it treats them as a paraprofessional. Do we plan with them? This is not an I plan ahead of time and I give them my plans and expect them to just go with it and differentiate for their kids. They have an equal say in what we do. So they need to be given materials ahead of planning meetings. They don't know our content, and so they need to look at it ahead of time in order to come and plan and have great ideas with us. And lastly, when they do bring up those ideas, do we listen to them and take them for what they are, which is a great idea, even if it's something we might have done differently. So let's reflect. Co-teaching, when it works, truly is a thing of beauty and everyone succeeds. Teachers grow professionally and students succeed in all aspects. But when it doesn't work, no one succeeds. So how can you welcome a co-teacher or a collaborator into your professional world? When this video ends, we're going to ask you to come back to our Zoom or our Google Meet, and we'll fill out these ideas together. Thank you.